appreciate the organizers of this timely conference. And I'd like to say that it gives me great hope for the electoral process and ethical practice here in Kenya. Like it has been said, those are my little bio, and I'm also a businessman. I come from an African independent church, and so we are really out there. You can do business, you can be politics, and so on and so forth. So, but ethical business, right? So I'd like this session to be interactive, and I'll go through my introduction of the concept of what we are doing. This paper is both academical and it is practical, and we are focused in electoral process in the Great South and the Great North. And this came about in 2013 when we asked ourselves, what can we do as a church to try and bring change in our electoral process? So I took a personal decision to vie as an MCA for the Ruta in 2017. And so I am informed from that experience of what is wrong and what is right about the electoral process. And so that's why we are trying to assess the readiness in this election by IEBC, who is the referee, the voters, and also the candidates. And as you've seen already through the media, that aspirants were not ready. In fact, it is so questionable that when we heard that presidential aspirants who were about 50 were cleared, they then were disqualified and remained 4. It depends on which side of ethics you stand. But yes, ethics can also be divisive, depending on what is your interest. But that's the question. That is very questionable. And it seems that aspirants were not prepared by the relevant bodies. We try to look at the laws that are governing the electoral process. And these are the laws. And the laws are very good. They are passed. We have a lot of legislation here in Kenya. I think we are a leading country in terms of legislating. But in terms of implementing, we are very poor. And so probably if ethics can come around the legal concepts and try and bring the practical goodness of trying to become a lawful citizen, we will have very minimal litigation and also dissatisfaction of processes. You see what I've highlighted on red? Those are the red flags. So we have a lot of sources for ethics, religious sources. We have the inherent human rights ability. It has been mentioned by the predecessors who presented. But what is the problem? What is the problem? In Dagoretti, somebody has asked a question about African practice. I chose Dagoretti because this is my village. I don't have any other village. So I come from Nairobi, my grandfathers and mother are from Nairobi, and that's why that's my interest. And we had leaders. My great-grandfather was part of the leadership of Dagoretti, social leadership. And they had their own electoral process, which is different from now in this modern age Kenya. They used to elect leaders in the elder council, or the council of elders. And in that you didn't have to be with gray hair, many wives, many children, and a large tract of land for you to qualify. You had to have lived an exemplary life. Because as a leader, you had to be a judge. You had to provide counsel. And these are the things that you're missing in modern leadership. Because even if you are interrogating ethics today, we are interrogating it from a different lens. It's not an African lens. it is a foreign lens, and that's why when you talk in the ground, where I did my campaign about ecumenism, about ethics, they just tell you, you guys are being paid to do all these things, so you are a beneficiary. So why should I follow what you're telling me? Then what I'm experiencing on the ground is the reality. And so these are data about regulatory. Now, after the imperial leadership or government, when we got independence, those of you, because I wasn't there, I also read, those of you who were there, they had the founding father saying, let us forgive and continue, right? I don't know. Those who are there can confirm. But little did we know this continuation and this forgiveness. Was it real? For sure. And this is the foundation of bad politics and bad processes or lack of trust in processes of election began in pre-independent Kenya because of the injustices that were met upon people. And later, after he had served the government, he also said, my little bird, hide yourself. And if you're found, you're not mine. These were red flags that we failed as a country to notice. Instead of confronting them, we condoned them. And it became part and parcel of our social fabric. So, are we supposed to challenge the older generation? What are we supposed to do now? Those are the questions. The second regime came and they said, let us put Nyayo. And that's what happened. So, and it's continuing up to today. Now, this is what we are grappling with. Because ethics, if it can be defined as doing a good thing or the right thing without being supervised or without compromising, this is what we are grappling with in ethics and anti-corruption, because this is where we can get references. Sometimes even our definition of what is equality and what is equity is different, but this is a good illustration for us to at least adopt and carry on from there. So, in our conclusion, and this is a project, like I said, it started in 2013, and we are hoping to finish it in 2027, because we have to get the real facts on the ground. So this is an ongoing research, and we have highlighted and we have seen that IEBC is not ready even for this election, unfortunately. And also, we have looked at the education. There is very little ethical teaching in our education. If you look, the African traditional education, which was an open education, other than what we get today, a closed system education, we no longer have even our grandmothers and grandfathers of today. They are no longer telling children those old stories which had moral teachings. And we are really losing it. And so we are interrogating also education, because education provides professions. And these professions, I'm sorry to say, probably I could be one of them. They are the ones who are plundering everything, the system and everything. Because at the end of the day, even professionals are really looking for money. And if they can compromise the process for money, they do. They have. And then they have already learned how to compromise or circumvent justice. So when you go to court, even that judge who is supposed to be unreproachable as Caesar's wife, they are compromised. We have cases, judges have been compromised. Lawyers are the most compromised lot. And everybody knows how to circumvent justice or to escape justice, because everybody needs money. So if you have a lot of money, in fact there's a saying in Kawangware, they say when you have money, you can never be arrested. Because everybody wants money. Professionals work for money. And so we need to interrogate all these areas. So, I've talked about all those. So our recommendation is, again, unfortunately we are looking again from a European lens, and we know that the European society is individualistic. So even there, when you talk about ethics, they think ethics as a personal thing, how they can practice as a person. But in Africa and other global South societies, they think about social action as a community. And this is where probably we're getting some things very wrong. It is not responding to the problems of our context. And so we are looking for partnerships, and I'm happy to see Professor Ike, because I responded to his paper in 2018 in Kigali, in a conference that was organized by All African Council of Conference of Churches. And there's this model of self-reliance for African church and societies that we are seeking to adopt. We are also looking at IEBC because they have said they have an open door policy, which I don't think the voters that are registered by today are almost 22 million. How is it practical that IEBC can handle complaints of 22 million people in this electioneering period? It is impractical. And these are the professionals that are saying they are plundering this country, they are plundering our society, and they are plundering even ethics. So we need to interrogate. I don't know whether I'm through. Yes, I think I'm through. And this is the timeline of the research. We are hoping to do it in the next 5 years. But in case of any need of publication, we will be available. So we are doing this as aspirants who have concerns in the South and North. We are also collaborating with churches and also higher educational institutions. So thank you so much for giving us.